Hello, my name is Mar, and I founded an animation studio in Japan. And today we'll talk about a bit of my experience coming to Japan in the beginning because, as possibly some of you watching this video have been watching anime and basically Japanese based, you know, animations, comics, manga, so on, and have seen their food, have seen their temple, have seen many elements that were interested in. And you're like, oh, if I visit Japan, I want to try to do this. So today I'll talk about some of these subjects on my experience of what I wanted to try, what happened when I try it, and do I still, I don't know, enjoy, dislike that thing. Okay, so let's talk about foods I wanted to try and how it was. And then we'll talk about like the actual meals. Foods I saw in anime that I would then want to try when I came here is what you're seeing. Like the images from the animes, it would be like bentos. Bentos are like a bento box would be these like meals usually eaten cold. And I cannot tell you exactly my experience. I can say that some are much better than others, regardless of the price. And also from like pre-made ones are often very salty and oily, so not super healthy, even if they look like the ingredients there are like I don't know, it's, as you see here, like very green. Maybe the leaves will be plastic ones, so actually the actual meal you're getting is like just like rice and some, I don't know, like meat and some cooked veggies, but the veggies are cooked with lots of highly processed dressings, and there's a green line in the middle, but that looks like grass, but you're not eating that. Other things, my favorite food when I came the first time in Japan became to be the Okonomiyaki that always saw in ramen. Actually, in ramen, it looks a bit more like monja, which is like the Tokyo version of Okonomiyaki, which is a bit more like flat and looks like an omelette. And then in the Hiroshima version has like noodles inside and cabbage. I am not an expert, so I cannot tell you the specific differences, but I enjoy more the southern western side, like the Hiroshima version of the okonomiyaki. I love it. Even when I came and I tried a few, I barely eat them because they feel so heavy. They're just very oily and lots of just it's difficult to finish. I'm also very bad with hot food. Like food is just served so much hotter than at least in Spain or from my surroundings, and I always have to wait to start. And everyone is like half done, and I haven't even started. Okay, so I was talking about ramen, okonomiyaki. There's also taiyakis, sushis. There's many foods that I used to enjoy a lot that now I barely eat, not because I dislike them, but just because of nutrition, price, or that they're difficult to get in a good quality, and then making them yourself, it's just too much work. So I things like tempura, like I've never done tempura because it's just a lot of work. So sometimes if I go to a shop that have tempura, I may have some, or I would have it because family lovingly made it for me. So I don't eat it very much. Sushi is something I eat somewhat often, or at least sashimi. So sushi sashimi would be like a raw fish. Sushi when it's with rice, and sashimi when it's on its own. I wasn't sure about talking about food because I want to. I had a phase where I was trying to be vegan or vegetarian. I did my best on it, and I did it poorly. I did it for environmental reasons. I because I believe we should eat, or at least from the information I gathered, it should be better for the environment if we ate much more plant based. However, when I tried that for I don't know 2 years, 3 years, one, I'm not sure. I didn't do it properly. I thought I would do it well. I would check about nutrition. I'll make sure that I would eat properly, but I did not. I consider that at some point I'll be vegetarian or vegan again, but for now I'm already at least happy that thanks that I learned much more about nutrition in the past years, like after that stage, I learned more about nutrition and from testing also being vegetarian and so on, and looking around for what are the options in Japan and everything, I eat much more plant-based now than in the past. You see, like they have like the salad, they have a bit of fish, they have a bowl of miso soup, and they're eating all these things, or well, not the miso soup, but they're eating like a, on rice. So that's the common traditional breakfast or lunch that I see, sometimes dinner, but you see it often in old animes in the breakfast time. But it's something I tried in many environments. Like maybe you try this with a family. You can try this going to shop. Like there's many restaurants that offer this like type of setting, like the Teishoku restaurants. And you have some salad or vegetable based smaller dish, a smaller even smaller dish with some pickles, a bowl of rice that sometimes like in a restaurant maybe you can repeat as many times as you want the rice part, and same for the miso soup. Oh, that's very classic, and I've eaten many times, but usually don't do it because you have to just prepare a bunch of different things. Something that I get asked, or at least I've been asked many times. I will not say I get asked often, but many times, like, do you eat Spanish food at home or do you eat Japanese food at home? Good question. I just grab vegetables and I don't know, rice or pastas or breads, and then some, for example, like as I said, like beans and tofus and meats and fishes, and I cook them with spices and eat that. So I don't specifically cook from one country, but I have influence from everything because of the ingredients I use or how I cook them. Then when I go out, I tend to eat a bit of mix of either Japanese style foods like Teishoku, as I said, like set meals. Sometimes we'll go to some like ethnic restaurants. Do you call them ethnic restaurants? So to eat curry. And in this case, curry is the one that usually you have with a big like bread, like the naan, and you soak it in the little bowl with the curry. It's that type of curry. And then lots of Western style foods, let's say like burgers or salad. I love the salad place, like salad bowls. Oh yes, salad bowls with some nice condiments and filling things. That's something that I don't want to talk much about it very much. But or how I eat, but I get asked this often, and I guess it's interesting to compare. Like I was influenced by all these foods I wanted to try when I come to Japan, but now that I'm in Japan and after 8 years, almost nine now, what are you eating? Well, sometimes I still eat like the onigiris, like the triangular. How we put an onigiri here? Various flavors, which is very Japanese classical. I've made them myself sometimes, and yeah, classical foods that are almost so ready to be cooked when you go to the supermarket. Like it's already also cut and prepared. Sometimes I cook very from scratch, and I go out and I eat other stuff. So I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Thank you very much for being here, and I guess that's it. See you on the next stream in a week. Goodbye.